I'm sure sometimes you have clients who really want to be on the cutting edge or using those next on horizon technologies. What do you think is kind of out there that's next and gonna keep innovation going in this industry?
Well, logistic or mobility systems are always getting better. From the perspective I have is this: we have a world in which people want to be valued for their minds. We want to create products of the mind, intellectual property, and we want to do less with our bodies. Post World War II, we saw a lot of physical jobs, a lot of manufacturing jobs, and people did things with their hands and their fingers and their backs and their shoulders. They did that for generations, but along came automation. Of course, the business owners want to keep costs down, and automation is making a widget with a robot is cheaper than a person, sort of. Depends on how much downtime there is with that equipment. So we're really fascinated by the development of mobilization systems. But really something that intrigues me is just the ever evolving LED aspect. We're learning that LED lights have a massive impact on cannabis and cannabinoids. We're seeing radically earlier harvest times. We're seeing longer periods of peak expression of cannabinoids and terpenes, which allows for a broader harvest window for producers, which takes some pressure off production forecasting and demand planning. So lighting continues to be really interesting. I've seen some really cool technologies where we have light gathering glass that still has transmissivity, and even the ability to change the spectrum of light coming in depending on the time of year. So I'm really looking forward to what's going on in lighting in particular. But what really intrigues me is the idea of using so-called big data to guide intelligent systems to create self-driven greenhouses. I've had the opportunity to talk with some really smart folks, including the folks at Priva, of course, who are working on steering that ship, because again, much like the idea of picking up a shovel and breaking ground is kind of a dying concept. So does the world find itself to be challenged to find these classic master cultivators, these people who are experts in a crop, who can go into an operation and drive that operation. I feel like we're losing a generation's worth of knowledge as people age and leave the workforce. And the next step is, of course, capturing those parameters and building systems that allow a greenhouse to intelligently utilize those parameters and maybe more efficiently steer the ship than a person can. Because let's be honest, until we discover that infinite energy source, the world only has so many resources, and we have to use the resources we have correctly. So I think that's what's driving a lot of our innovation here in ALPS.